Good morning, everyone. Scott Mabor here with your Medicare Missive from the lake at the beautiful University of Wisconsin-Madison. So I am in Madison because I just finished up a 2-day training course, really intense, really amazing, on long-term care insurance. This is not something everyone can get. You have to qualify for it. But the statistics are staggering. The number of people who ultimately will need help in their lives. Immediately everyone thinks of things like Alzheimer's and ending up in a nursing home, but actually the purpose is to not go to a nursing home. Nursing homes are typically filled with people on Medicaid or the very, very ill. By having a source of money that you can freely spend. And that's an important point, because there are people who have a large number of assets, and they'll say, we don't need it, but it's hard to spend money when you're looking at your balances decline. Whereas when you have a policy, it's permission to spend. And it's not simply those permanent things like Alzheimer's. It could be assisted living, it can be memory care, it can be home health care a few days a week. And it doesn't even have to be permanent. One statistic that stuck with me, and it's from USA Today, you can look it up, is that 40% of long-term care claimants are under age 65. Most of those are car accidents, but some slip and fall, some ski accidents. I had a client who broke both legs ski racing. He was 62. They needed help at home. He's a big guy. His wife couldn't help him dress or get out of bed or go to the bathroom. They brought somebody in. They used their long-term care policy. It was temporary, but that's fine. But yeah, lots of training, lots of explanations of how the benefits work, and a lot of details. There's a lot of new policies to fit different income, to fit different health requirements. It used to be that if you weren't very healthy, because this is the most strictly underwritten policy, more than life, more than disability, that you can buy, because the potential cost is so high. If you end up in a memory care unit for 4 or 5 years, the costs are really high. So it's really interesting, all these new products that can address people who are less than perfectly healthy or have a limited budget, or both. So there's a lot of options. I have been through this with my own family. We went through it with my dad. He was in memory care. I have a client who at age 65 had a stroke, and he's been bedridden since. And I know what his family's going through. So is it for you? I don't know. That's a conversation. Is it worth looking at? Absolutely. The costs are staggering. The percentages of people who will need it are shocking. And you don't know what you don't know. I have found when I attended this class last year, and one note there's so many more products from last year to this year that help more people qualify. But one of the things that surprised me last year is I would have assumed prices 2 or 3 times what they actually are. So you can customize the plan. There's a ton of options that you can turn on or off to really design a plan that fits your needs and your budget. And happy to have that conversation. Let's have a look. If you decide ultimately it's not for you, that's fine. It's looking at the plan. It's giving me experience in helping people design plans for themselves. And then you guys take the information and decide if it's something you need or not. I think the plan to not do anything isn't really a plan. The plan that you'll never need help is a hope and a prayer. The plan that you can self-insure doesn't make a ton of sense in most cases, because of tax implications and IRMA implications. It's, again, a tool. You look at it, you decide. Once you have the information, you can't make an informed decision without the information. Let me know if I can help. Have a great weekend, everyone. And I appreciate you watching. Please share the videos. Have a great weekend.